Welcome to TigerCast, the college and career readiness podcast where you learn useful tips to help you plan for your future. Today we are joined by our special guest, Katie Van Winkle, who is a college recruiter from Grand Canyon University. Before we start our interview, remember to take control of your future. Join the California Army National Guard and serve your community during local and state emergencies. You'll learn marketable skills, earn a paycheck, and get money for school. Contact Sergeant Aquino today at 916-233-7615. Okay. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
What do you love about the school you're representing?
Oh, yeah. I love GCU because it's kind of the best of both worlds. So if you're looking at a private education, what you probably are hoping for is small classroom sizes and getting that one-on-one attention. But what's sort of like historical about private schools is that they tend to cost like in the 30s and 40s, and it's a little bit hard to afford. So what GCU does is we try very hard to make a private Christian education affordable for students. And so we offer scholarships that range from $37.50 all the way up to $97.50 for every admissible student. So if you can go to GCU, you can get a scholarship at GCU. But Can I have three favorite things?
Yeah.
Okay, so first is scholarships. Second is that we fly students out to campus to check it out. So I know Phoenix, Arizona, where we're located, is maybe a little bit of a drive for some people. But we actually fly students out, a completely free trip. It's chaperoned. You guys sleep in the dorms, you eat the food, and just really have an immersive experience. My third favorite thing is that we're not impacted. So 75% of our graduates complete their program in less than 4 years. So that's more time they're not paying tuition and more time they're actually out in the fields.
That's really cool. What do you feel sets you guys apart from other schools?
Yeah. Well, I've already listed all my favorite things, huh? So I think what probably sets us apart is that we're affordable and that you can graduate in less than 4 years. So we're not impacted and students aren't going to have to worry about not getting their classes. I remember when I used to register for classes, I cried every time. And I didn't know anyone that didn't cry when they were not, I had a lot of friends that were girls, but like you go to register and you know you need to take X number of classes. You know you need to take like chem. And so you go to register for it and it's full. And so now you're looking at, like, how do I still graduate in time? How do I make this work? But that doesn't happen at GCU. If you go to register for a class and it's full, you tell your advisor and we open up another class.
That's really cool. So for this application process and for just starting college overall, what advice would you give to freshman applicants?
Yeah. At GCU, it's completely free to apply. And there's also no essay. So it literally takes about 15 to 20 minutes on your phone or on your computer, but you could do it from your phone like at lunch if you wanted to. So that's another thing I really like about GCU is that it's not complicated to apply. And part of what my job is, my favorite part, is that I'm actually a resource for students from like day one all the way to welcome week. So what's can be a very complicated, confusing process applying for college, I'm actually there every step of the way. You have my phone number, you have my email address, your parents have that information, and I'm there to like help you apply, help you get to campus, help you register for classes. I help with housing, I help with financial aid. So I'm sort of like a go-to person for all things admissions.
That's really cool. So what are some of the top programs at your school?
75% of our students study like sciences and business. In terms of sciences, we have an excellent nursing program. We have athletic training. We also do a lot of like pre-med stuff. So obviously pre-med, but also physician's assistant, physical therapy. And then we also have exercise sciences. A lot of people study biology. And then we have a really excellent business program as well. And so that includes like we have a hotel, restaurant, and management program. And those students, they work at our hotel and restaurant on campus, and they graduate with 2 years of experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool because I know here at Inderkum there's a lot of people that have different interests, so it's pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Does your school follow the A through G requirements, and does it require anything above that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Actually, we don't require A through G.
Oh, wow.
So that's really nice. Like maybe some students haven't taken Spanish 2 yet, or just maybe they're like 1 or 2 classes short of A through G. That does not rule you out at GCU. So you just need to have graduated high school, and then our admissions requirements themselves are a 3.0 GPA, a 19 on the ACT, or 1,000 on the SAT. And if you have one of those, you are both automatically admissible to GCU and you qualify for a scholarship.
Do you guys offer any merit-based and sports scholarships?
We are Division I athletics for over 21
Wow.
sports. So we have basketball, baseball, soccer, like golf, tennis, swimming, volleyball, all that kind of stuff. And so the athletic department offers scholarships. We also have a College of Fine Arts that offers scholarships for like theater or dance. We have an honors college that offers scholarships. But then again, every admissible student, like if you can have a 3.0, a 19 on the ACT, or 1,000 on the SAT, you automatically get $37.50 in scholarships, and that's just the base.
Okay, aside from academics, you said you guys were D1. So what are some non-athletic clubs on your campus?
Oh, yeah. So we do a lot of community service. We work directly with our neighbors to improve the school district itself. So we offer tutoring to our high school students on campus. We have a learning lounge where GCU students can tutor the high school students in the area for free.
Oh, wow.
And, well, it's free to the high school students, and then the GCU tutors get paid. And then we also work with the elementary school students. So they come in for some tutoring as well, but every Saturday and Sunday we bring them to the park that's on campus, and we play games with them, tell Bible stories, just lots of fun, engaging activities for the kids. So we do some community service. We actually have the largest Habitat for Humanity contract. We've committed to rebuilding 70 homes in West Phoenix. Then we also have mission trips. We've gone to over 70 countries. We have student leadership on campus. We also have pre-professional clubs, or maybe just a hobby that you have. If you really like knitting, there's a club for that. We have a lot of Bible studies on campus that are available for students, like Young Life, if anyone's interested in that. And then, of course, we have study abroad as well.
Wow. So you mentioned service among the children. How's the surrounding city? Is it urban or suburban?
Yeah.
What's your area like?
Sure. So Phoenix is actually the 5th largest city in the U.S., and it is also the sunniest city in the U.S. We get about 85% of sunshine throughout the year. And I know people are probably thinking Phoenix, it's crazy hot, but actually your summer break is April through August, and so you'll be back here in Sacramento for most of the summer. And then the rest of the year, it's actually just pretty temperate. When I was there in November, I answered emails by the pool.
Wow.
But Phoenix is really, really cool. And I lived in California my whole life, so I, of course, am biased. But when I spent 3 weeks in Phoenix, I was like, wow, this is amazing. There are tons of things to eat. If you are interested in feeling a foodie, there's so many different places to eat. I mean, I was there for 3 weeks and I didn't eat at the same restaurant twice. There is Flagstaff, Sedona, the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas and LA are only a road trip away, and then the rest of Phoenix it's very urban. And GCU actually has, in terms of safety, we have a closed campus. So students, of course, can come and go as they please, but you show your ID to get on, so you don't have people walking on and off. So even though we're in an urban area, it's still a very safe campus.
Oh, that's really cool. So it's very closed off yet open at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, so how's your school's alumni connections? Do you have any notable alumni?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I'm sure that we do, except I just don't know any at the moment. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, maybe
it's fine.
This can be another part we edit out. In terms of alumni, or in terms of connections after campus, after graduation, we have a career resource center on campus for students to utilize, sort of what you guys do here, but we work one-on-one with students to if they want to go on to med school or graduate school, we help prepare them for that. If they're looking for different careers, a lot of our students go and do med school, or they go on and get an engineering master's degree, so we help students do that kind of stuff. And then we also have career placement tests for students where they can sort of figure out what's a good fit for their degree if they don't already know.
So do students at Grand Canyon University typically graduate with a lot of student loans?
The average student graduates, they actually end up paying about half of what the tuition is, just because we have so many scholarships. So our tuition itself is $16,500. We haven't raised that in 10 years. An entire decade has come and gone, and we have not touched the price of our tuition. Wow. But most students end up paying about $8,600 after scholarships.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So how many move on to go to grad school? after?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That would be self-reported, so I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
But I know a lot of students, like if they're studying pre-med or nursing or something like that where it makes sense to go on to graduate school, then they do. We actually have like at the highest like MCAT score, like when you're going on to medical school, I think students score like an average of about like 75% pass rate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then same with the NCLEX, like when students are like sitting for their nursing board, same with really high pass rate for the NCLEX.
Oh, that's really good. So regarding your demographics, what's your male to female ratio?
I think we have slightly more females than males. So maybe it's like, I don't know, like 60 to 40.
Oh, okay. What about your student to staff ratio?
25 to 1. So faculty is 1 for every 25 students. So you really do have those small classroom sizes, which makes all the difference when you're sitting in a class and you're struggling with something. Think about asking a question in an auditorium of 100 students versus a classroom of 25 where your teacher knows your first and last name. They know how often you come to class, how you're doing on your assignment. So it makes all the difference when you're comfortable and confident in the classroom. And so that's where the faculty to student ratio is really awesome.
So your typical class size would be about 25 also?
Yeah. Some of the like gen ed classes are a little bit bigger, like maybe 40, 50, but that's rare. And usually when you get into your major classes, that's when you have that 25 to 1. And
oh, wow.
I'll even tell you a story. So one day I graduated from University of the Pacific where we have really similar small classroom sizes.
Yeah.
And there was one day where I was like, I can't even today. I'm not going to class. And then I saw my professor like in the hallway at school, and he said, "Miss Van Winkle, you weren't in class today." And I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And you better believe I was in class the rest of that semester because, I mean, he cared and he noticed. And I mean, that made all the difference for me. If I knew someone cared, I was in class. Yeah, I went to class, and it's so much easier to ask questions too. Like my fiance. Some of his classes are auditorium style, and he was like, he comes home and he doesn't understand the material, and I was like, why didn't you ask? And he's like, it's too embarrassing. Like the auditorium has like hundreds of people in it. I don't want to ask a question. Yeah, so 25 to 1.
So does GCU have like a lot of people? How many undergrads?
Oh yeah, we have about 20,000 students on campus.
Oh wow.
So it really is the best of both worlds because you have access to this huge student body population, but you still have small classroom sizes.
Okay.
And we're not impacted also. That's also nice.
That's nice. So what's the most predominant race on your campus?
I think we're 51% white, about 30% Hispanic, and then maybe like 10% African American. Okay. And then the rest are like Native American or Asian or like undeclared. Okay.
So here at Inderkum, we have racial like clubs. So we have like Poly Club, we have Black Student Union, we have a Filipino club. Do you guys have any of that? Any clubs or organizations dedicated to racial groups?
Yes. We have over 200 clubs on campus themselves. And then there are, of course, clubs for specific racial groups. And then any club that you want to start on campus that already isn't there, you're welcome to start a club. It's actually a really simple process.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.